conservative thought leaders, of national speakers, of individuals that are going to be energizing this crowd, this 600 plus crowd of great patriots, great Americans, Republican primary voters, people that are in this crowd today to learn, to get energized, to find out who our next senator is, who our next governor is, and to learn from some of our national speakers that are thought leaders that are just going to energize this crowd.
It's essential because we have to constantly be gathering together, supporting one another, sharing our ideas, our desires, our goals as a party, and this is where that exchange takes place, where we're able to then go out into the community, where we're able to then get more energized and active outside of these doors. So it's so essential for us to gather together and just be unified as a group, understanding what our end goal is in saving this country.
We need to ramp up the enthusiasm. We need to say 2022 is not that far away, and as long as we can tread water over the course of the 2 years of all Democrat rule, we still have a chance, to come back and save this republic. Every city council meeting they can be at, every school board meeting they can be at, I don't care if it's a water board meeting, whatever you can do locally to make sure that you are affecting the kind of change we need.
Then you can make a difference. And that's important. So many people feel like they've been left out, they feel like they've been defeated, and that there's no tomorrow. And that's not true. That's not true. You can go get involved right now in any of these events, and to see other people express those same opinions, it's gold.
At the end of the day, just like every speech I give around this state, I encourage people that if you're done with the system, if you're done with the normal politics, we have to get involved. The grassroots movement has to take over. And this isn't just about me and running for governor. This is about everybody in every little town across this state to say, you know what? Joe's right, I've had it. We're going to run for township trustee. We're going to run for council. We're going to run for representative. And the only way that the system is going to change is if we get involved, we know what's going on, and we take the system over.
And so listen, Mike DeWine, as I was mentioning earlier, this guy hates me. And here's why he hates me. Because I stood up for liberty. And people said to me, they said, hey, listen, Josh, you're not running for governor, you're running for U.S. Senate. Why are you going after DeWine so much? And what I told people is this, I said, listen, I don't care if it's the President of the United States, congressman, senator, governor, mayor, dog catcher. If they're trampling on our liberty, I will be their worst nightmare.
The reason you're all here today is because you honestly understand what's at stake. We cannot allow anyone to cheat our children out of an education, to tell us that church is wrong, to tell us that our babies cannot be born safe. We cannot allow our voices to be silent.
This is an essential election for us in 2022, probably the most important election we've ever had in our lifetimes, and I know everybody says that, but if you think about what's at stake, we have got to get out the vote. For candidates, it's an energizing experience because this is a long haul. We're in this for a long time. We've got almost just about a year until the primary. And so it's energizing for us, it's energizing for these people, but I also think it brings some people, like I was talking about those people who haven't voted, that are sitting back not voting. It gets them excited about an event.
So welcome to the stage, Candace Owens.
Sometimes it feels like when we send the people that we believe in to DC, something happens, right? And they just sort of become a part of the notorious swamp. So I think right now we have to recognize that the left is not playing any games. They have become increasingly more radical. They take no prisoners in their approach. They don't care how hypocritical, how loud, how violent even they are. And I've always said a big fault that I think conservatives make is that we play by the left's rules and the left is playing by no rules. I am always really inspired by grassroots efforts because I am a grassroots effort. I started my channel on YouTube. People kind of forget that now because I'm on Fox News and you see me here and you see me there, but I was someone that felt like I had something to say, and I felt like I was up against an impossible task. That impossible task being to awaken Black America to the lies that are being sold to us by the Democrat Party, to a new form of slavery that's mental in the Democrat Party against Black Americans and Latino Americans, and telling people to only think of their skin tone. And yet I got here because I believe that grassroots efforts meant something. And so every time I step on stage, my job is to inspire people who go, well, what can I do? What can I do? You can do what I did because I was you going, what can I do? What can I do? And I decided to start something. So the most important people in this country right now are the people that are on the ground, are the grassroots efforts, not the people who have become celebrities or people like me who have a big following. It's just important to just be an individual and realize that your voice and your actions count. Long after DC people and the swamp gives up, we're left with the people that are on the ground fighting every single day, protesting, going to their leaders and saying, I want change in my communities. I always say the elections that are most important and never talked about are people that are running for the school board, for the Board of Education. These are the people that make the decisions that are going to determine the future of the country, because they're determining really the dogma that is taught in schools. They're determining how they're going to fight that dogma. And we've kind of given up in that regard. We focus so much in the big picture that we forget about the city councils, we forget about the smaller seats that determine the direction toward which this nation is heading.
Strongsville has the opportunity, along with other communities, to get to know the candidates, and we've been very active in doing that for the last couple of years, ever since Trump really came in office. And I'd say we do about 4 or 5 events a year, more than that now, since we're very concerned about what's happening in this country. We're a good example of growing every year. Every time we have an event, we grow by 20 or 50 people, and we're hoping to do more and more and have more members.
I've been to former events with Republican clubs in college, and this one was one of the kind of the better ones I've been to, because you got to see the interaction between the audience and the candidates themselves. I think that giving their story, giving their opinion, knowing the inside of what they actually think and say matters to a voter.
Because of events like this and high energy activism, Ohio is bright red, and so I want to be here as a Florida man to encourage the activists in the Buckeye State to keep up the great work and serve as an example to the rest of the country as we reignite positive populism and the America First energy that will deliver our country to even more greatness. We need more fighters. We need more people like Jim Jordan in the United States Congress, who actually take the fight to the left and don't allow our country to be walked all over. And so I'm here to try to encourage and inspire that next generation of America First leaders that will give us a hand, whether that's as a campaign volunteer, someone helping to share our message online, or maybe even some future candidates for office. And I think the Republican Party is the perfect home for those that want to see a better America and who are unapologetically pro-American.